Yeah. So streamline flow. What is streamline flow? As the word says stream. Stream means, where do we use this word stream? For river water or water. When you hear this word stream, the next thing that comes in your brain is some water is flowing or some liquid is flowing. Is it or not? So the same thing here also. Even your fluids. Fluids, when I say, I told you, know what is a fluid? Fluid is not only liquid. Fluid means liquids and gases. Both together are called fluids. Okay. Right. So both type of liquids, both are called fluids together. Are you able to hear me? Hello.
It's breaking a lot in between.
Now are we audible to each other?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
There is a little bit of fluctuation. Right. So you have a streamline. Have you seen a river? If you see river, in a small part of the river, you can see the water flows like this. Yes. When the water flows, no, you can see, if you try to understand the streamline concept, you have to understand like this. You have to take colored liquids. You just pour some colored liquid here, okay, and you place another color liquid here. You see what I'm going to do? See, 1, 2, 3 colors I'm going to pour like this. Okay. If you pour colored liquids, colors which are immiscible. Best is nail polish. Nail polish is the best example, because nail polish doesn't mix with water. You pour 3 different nail polish colors into a flowing river like this. Not river, but you can just say simply take artificial construction like in your home only. You can build like this, no? You can just build it, make something like this, which is having a difference of height. Then water will start flowing. Now you pour one nail polish color here, one here. Just don't allow them to mix with each other. So what you observe is, when the water flows, you can see all these 3 colors will flow simultaneously. Also, they will flow simultaneously, and they will also flow along with each other. This is basically the understanding of streamline flow. Or in very small, not so deep, but very small, shallow flowing rivers. Shallow flowing rivers. If you see, here, shallow flowing rivers only you can see. If you pour, as I told you, immiscible colors, if you pour here, at the simultaneous point, they will flow like this. So what does it tell you? Streamline flow means at a particular point. The definition is very easy in English to say, but understanding is only very complicated. So try to understand as much as you can. You fix this point, okay? Fix this point A, fix this point 2, fix this point 3, okay? Whenever a liquid particle, what I said, liquid particle crosses this point A, then that particle will get a velocity v1. Understood or not? Huh? Next particle beside it, beside this A, beside this part, this is particle 1, particle 2. Oh, I'll give this alphabets A, B, C, D. Then you understand. A, B, C, D, like that. These particles are in one line. Okay. Here, jo particle A enter through gate 1, it will have velocity v1. B particle will enter through gate 1. Again, it will also get velocity v1 only. Understood? All particles, irrespective of what their velocities were before the entry, but at the entry point 1, they will all get the same velocity. That is called streamline motion or streamline flow. Now you might wonder, sir, then what about the velocity? Is it the velocity constant? No. Velocity of fluid is not constant. Velocity of that place is constant. So what does this mean? What does this mean? Means, you seen, like for example, on NH5, National Highway, when you're going, sometimes they put a board, no? At this point, you have to travel with 60 kmph only. Means when there they put the speedometers also, the laser speedometers, this RTC, this traffic police people will be checking your speed. Have you observed it or not? Huh? Means at that point you should travel with that speed only. After that your velocity you can increase. Before that your velocity may be more also. That is not a point. At this point, every particle should have that velocity. Again, you take another cross section of the river. Okay. Every cross section of the river has different velocities. Now you understood anything that I told? Now this is V1. Okay. After crossing this cross section, it entered to next cross section V2. It got a velocity V2, which is equal to V1 plus very small delta V. Now all particles that cross through this cross section, every particle that goes through this particular point, this point, will have this V2, V2 only. That's it. Understood? Is it clear? Such a flow is said to be streamline flow. Understood? Not that the entire flow of it doesn't mean that velocity of the entire fluid is constant. Velocity of fluid need not be constant. It is not constant. It is not constant. It is different. It keeps on changing. But the place is constant. This particle is there. यहाँ पे जगह, इस जगह से जो भी जाएगा उसका वही velocity होगा. Understood? If such a possibility is maintained, then it is called streamline flow. Understood that? Did you understand what I said?
Sir, can you explain like this whole thing again once?
Yeah, that's what I told you. The streamline flow is not so easy to understand. So anyway, again I explain. Try to understand. See what happens is, as I told you, here is the flow. Okay, the river is flowing. This is particle A. This is one H2O molecule. Okay, this is one H2O molecule. These are all H2O molecules. No, when this H2O molecule number 1, whose name is A, enters this point. What is the point? This is point 1. Okay, this is gate 1. Okay, when it enters this point A1, it will have a velocity V1. Tell some number 10 meters per second. Let us assume. Next H2O molecule number B. Are you able to see this or shall I rub it again? Right.
Sir, can you like explain from starting itself because I got really confused.
Streamline flow, laminar flow are little confusing, not only to you. This is the base crux of aerodynamic engineering. If you can understand this now, you can design a NASA space shuttle. See, there is one H2O molecule. Let us take a water molecules. Okay. Now you might wonder what is sir saying? H2O molecules having alphabets. Yeah, one H2O molecule this is one H2O molecule. No? This H2O molecule in this water flow. There are a lot of H2O molecules. No? This H2O molecule, if you could really pinpoint, it's not possible for us to pinpoint one H2O molecule. But we are assuming that one H2O molecule is going through one point, one cross section of this river. Take a very thin cross section of the river. Okay, you have taken a very thin cross section of the river, right? In this thin cross section of the river, thin, not thick, very thin, actually speaking, very thin cross section. I mean, in this thin cross section of the river, there is one point. I have fixed this point. Point is fixed by you. Point P. At this point, one H2O molecule number A, alphabet A, alphabet B. Okay, this alphabet A H2O molecule entered this point B. What will its velocity be? Fix ho gaya. V1 is 10 meters per second. Now the H2O molecule leave this cross section, go to the next cross section of the river. No, hai na? When it goes to the next cross section of the river, yeah, see, it go forward here. It will be point P say it will go to point P2. P1, so P2. At this P2, what will the velocity of this H2O molecule be? Not V1, something else. Increased or decreased, we can't say. Whether increase or decrease, but there will be a change. If it is flowing from top to bottom, definitely any common sense person can tell the velocity will increase. Is it or not? So here velocity may increase. Let us take velocity V2 is equal to some 11 meters per second or maybe 12 meters per second. Some number. Okay. Some number, yes, some velocity has increased. That's the whole point of it. Okay. But next B point is coming. B is entering this point. Again, what its velocity will be? Same 10, 10, 10, 10. So behind that A particle, A molecule, whatever molecule will enter that point P in space, in that space, it's a space point. In that space, whatever molecule will enter, whichever molecule will enter, will get that velocity only. Such a flow is called a streamline flow. Okay, understood little bit, also called a steady flow or streamline flow. कुछ भी समझ में आया little bit. Now I will try to make you understand what is not going to happen. Now see, this molecule, there is another molecule C, alpha, okay, H2O molecule C. This wants to enter. It is having some velocity. Let us take some numbers, maybe you'll understand. 8 meters per second. This is having 12 meters per second. This is having 15 meters per second. Okay, all are having different velocities. But when this enters through this point P, it will also have 10 only. When this 12 enters to this, it will also have 10 only. This, if it enters now like this, still this 8 will accelerate and become 10 meters per second. Understood? Now every little bit understood. Whichever from wherever the molecule enters, but if it enters that point, it will be all having same velocity. After exiting from this point, these velocities may differ again, may become different. But at that particular point, at a particular cross section of the river, all of the molecules entering will have same flow, so same velocity. Such a flow is called as streamline flow. Understood? A streamline is basically represented by the trajectory of the flow of the particles. Is it understood? Little bit. What is
Yes,
not going to happen, I will understand. Means you, if I tell means you'll understand a little bit better. What is not streamlined, that I will tell you, then you'll understand. What is not streamlined is turbulent flow. Now you'll understand streamlined flow. Turbulent में क्या होगा पता है? Whatever may be the velocity, no, when they will enter at this point, no, when they will enter here, no, they will get different velocities. All will have different velocities. We cannot say this 15 may become 20, 12 may become 13, 8 may become 6, or 8 may become 80. Anything we cannot say. Turbulent. Turbulent means what? Turbulent means if there is no particular velocity. Understood that? There is no particular velocity that will be attained. Understood? Different velocities it will achieve. That means all the fluid molecules will have different velocities at the particular point again. A point only we have to consider. Janvi, have you understood anything?
Yes, sir.
Little confusing, but not to understand. What happens is, yahan pe, at this point, all molecules that will enter at this point will get same velocity. That is called streamline flow. But in a turbulent flow, opposite to this I am telling, whatever molecule enters that particular point will have different, unpredictable velocities they will have. Such a flow is called turbulent flow. Okay. So streamline flow mein aisa hota hai. Now don't think that streamline flow means all molecules will have same velocity. No. But molecules ka velocity is not fixed. Again I'm telling you. It is the positions ka velocity fixed. I'm again telling you, like take the example of national highway. Best example is that only. This is car number 1. Okay. This is car number 1. This is car number 2. This is car number 3. Here on national highway, there is a policeman standing, putting that speedometer, that as laser speedometer now they are using nowadays. Okay. And he has put the check mark. Anybody has to cross 50 kmph. So what this person he would do, he would slow his speed. Is it or not? He would be traveling at 100 kmph. He is traveling at 20 kmph. This person is traveling at some near to 40 kmph. Okay. Now all will travel at this point when they come, all will travel at 50 only. They will not be faster, they will not be slower. Now you might wonder, it's against our common sense, no? That this 20 kmph person, why should he speed up and take that 50? He could have as well gone with that 40 or 20, no? No. You people, none of you are from North India. That's why you people have no idea about, but there is a Anybody has ever gone to Mumbai Pune highway? This example very clearly
Yes, sir.
you can see. Mumbai Pune highway पे गए तो तुम्हें पता चलेगा. पहले मुंबई से हम लोग पुणे जब जाते थे, it used to take 6 hours. But now Mumbai Pune highway has come. From last 3-4 years it's been opened. If you go on Mumbai Pune highway, it takes only 4 hours. 4 hours भी नहीं लगता है. 3.5 hours में we can go. If you see, normal cars cannot go on Mumbai Pune highway. Do you know that? Normal cars are not even allowed to go. You must and should have a very well functioning supercar. Your car should work at 100 kmph, 80 kmph like that. You cannot travel faster than that speed. You should not travel slower also. Now, Ishan, do you understand what I'm saying? If you travel, Acha Janvi, you went on Mumbai Pune highway, you would have noticed, no, you can't go slow also. If you go slow, all the people, all the cars behind you will dash you. You know that? You can't
Yes, sir.
travel slower, you can't go faster also. You all have to travel with that same speed only. Only then you are allowed to travel. With Maruti car or cars like Ambassadors, yeah, they won't even allow to go on the Mumbai Pune freeway. It's called not highway, it's called freeway. Flyway बोलते हैं ना उसको. Flyway बोलते हैं उसको. Flyway के ऊपर जब they won't even allow them to go onto the flyway. The Dakota vehicles they won't allow. They will allow only very good functioning cars only. Because if they slow down, you imagine a car which is slowing down in the middle of the Mumbai Pune highway. What will happen? It will be big traffic jam, no? Is it or not? That's why they won't allow. You know this, no? You know this scenario, right? You might have seen that. That is the same scenario here. Now you understood? At a particular checkpoint on the Mumbai Pune highway, they will put speeds, speed limit, speed not limit, speed gaps they will tell. Speed gap. Here they will mention there 65 kmph means 65 kmph only you should go. And they will mention a gap there, 100 kmph. You should go with 100 kmph at that point. If your car is not able to go with 100 kmph, you are not allowed to go in the on Mumbai Pune highway. That is how it is. Like that only in streamline flow. Here at that point in space maintains this velocity. It is not the car that is maintaining the velocity. Cars all have different velocities at different spaces. Here some velocity, here some velocity, here some speed, here some velocity. But at particular point, all cars will have same velocity. Understood now what I'm saying? Ishan?
Yes, sir.
It's a streamline flow. If such a flow is possible, that is called streamline flow or steady flow. Steadily the liquid is flowing or fluid is flowing. It may be a gas or a liquid. Okay, so this is what is called streamline flow. How do you know the velocity at different points in a streamline flow? By knowing, you have to draw what is called as streamline flow lines, also called flow lines. See, if you draw a flow line at a particular point on the flow line, if you draw a tangent on the flow line, it's called a tangent. For example, at this point, you see this point? I'll mark the point with red. This is my point. At this point, I've drawn a tangent. So this tangent at this point gives you the direction of the car or the water molecule. Also gives you the velocity at that particular point in the stream. Right? Understood anything? So this is how we going to get the streamline motion. In streamline motion, only in streamline motion or steady flow, it's also called a steady flow. Steady flow. The study of fluids in motion is only called fluid mechanics. So this topic is fluid mechanics. Okay. Till now, what we did, only not fluid mechanics, fluid statics we did. Till now, what we have done, we understood pressure. Earlier topic which I told you was about pressure. No, the pressure concept is about fluid statics or static fluid. The fluid is static, so fluid is not moving, object is also not moving. Here fluid is moving, so fluid dynamics are also called as fluid mechanics. Okay, fluid mechanics, mechanical motion, fluid is moving here. Okay, so in a fluid which is moving, now the next concept comes here. Now one small derivation is there, please try to listen. Anyway, tomorrow again I will tell. This is everyday observation. If you have a garden in your home, you might have seen you are gardening the water. When you're gardening the water, what do? This is what you do. You connect a wide wide end to your tap. Is it or not? And a narrow end, the narrow end you hold in your hand. Is it or not? Narrow end of the tube you hold in your hand. Is it or not? Then water enters the wide end from the tap. This is the tap. Tap. Is it or not? Tap se pani aisa enter. This is the tap. So tap se water is entering. Water, no, that's not. So after entering this, water goes in this. If this is streamline, it will go like this. Then you see this area, the area through which it is actually entering your pipe. This is the area through which it is entering. No? That area is this A1. And the area through which it is leaving is A2. This is everyday observation. That the entry, the area through which it enters is always bigger than the area through which it leaves. And you also have observed in your daily life that this area 2 through which it leaves, the narrow end, yahan pe the liquid comes with a very high velocity. Is it or not? Isn't it everyday observation? Yes. The velocity of the liquid is far higher than the entry velocity inside through which it enters. This velocity with which it enters into the pipe. This is the hose pipe, both it's called hose pipe. Hose pipe. Hose pipe, and this is the tap. From the tap, it's entering into your hose pipe. Okay, this is the connection of the hose pipe. The area of cross section A1 is very, very higher than A2. Definitely it must be higher. And then you observe this V2 is very, very higher than V1. Yes, isn't it? Lesser the area, higher the velocity with which it comes out. Or velocity efflux. Velocity of efflux. Efflux means emergence. Velocity emergence is very, very high compared to the velocity of entry. Velocity of efflux or velocity of exit. Efflux, have you heard this word? This is an English word. Velocity efflux means exit. Entry. Velocity of entry is very, very less compared to the velocity of flux. That is why it is able to come out with a high pressure and able to travel a farther distance also. Yes. So why does this happen? This is our observation. We know any small child can also tell this is my observation. But why does this happen? Why does this happen? That is what I'll tell you in a crisp way now. We'll derive this again, of course, but now I'm deriving it as fast as possible. Try to understand because you have a chemistry class to sometimes. So the concept involved is very simple. Amount of mass entering the fluid must be the same as the amount of mass leaving the fluid, isn't it or not? Agar 5 ml mass enter ho raha hai of the fluid, 5 ml mass only can leave, na? Can 5 ml enter and 6 ml leave? Not possible. 5 ml enter and 4 ml leave? That's also not possible. Neither fluid can disappear, nor the fluid can come out from nowhere. Is it or not? Is it or extra fluid cannot come? No, existing fluid cannot reduce. So that means what? Amount of mass. That's the concept. Law of conservation of mass entering the pipe or tube per unit time or unit second.
What is the thing you've written in first?
Oh, law of conservation. I wrote a shortcut. Right.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
Law of conservation. Law of conservation of mass entering the tube per unit time. It says 10 minutes, no problem. No, our time is also going to finish. Law of conservation of mass entering the tube. Law of conservation of mass actually. It's basically based on law of conservation of mass. Is it or not? Yeah. So the amount of mass I should say, not conservation of mass, the principle. Okay. So the mass entering. So I should. That's what I enter. I wrote mass entering the tube per unit time. Per unit time through area 1 should be the same as the amount of mass exiting. Is it or not? Through area 1. Area A1 is equal to amount of mass leaving or efflux through area 2 per second. All are per second only. Both are per second. Do you agree with this? Next step is very simple. अभी यहाँ पे क्या बोल रहे हैं हम लोग? Mass entering per time in the first case should be equal to mass entering per second in the second case. So what is mass? What is the meaning of mass at the point A? This is at the point A. This is at the point B. ये entry point. This is the exit point. What is mass? Mass means volume into density. No, let us take incompressible liquid. Liquid is incompressible. We don't know. Well, maybe the density is incompressible. After that, I will make it compressible. I will anyway cancel on both sides. Let us take density of liquid entering is rho 1. Volume into density by time is equal to, here also what? Volume V2. This is volume V1. And we don't know no density rho 2. What is volume meaning? Area A1. It may have traveled L1 by T1. See why I'm writing this T1 denominator? How you understand? T1 is equal to, understood what I did? Volume, mass means what? Volume into density, no? Mass per unit volume is called density. So here what do I say? A2 L2 by T. Can I write like this? Rho 2. Can I write like this? What is L1 by T1? What is L1 by T1? The distance traveled by the fluid in the entry. See, L1 is this. See, why did I draw this line? This is L1, children. यहाँ से यहाँ तक L1 है. Understood? From here to here is L2. Okay. L1 is how in 1 second how much distance the, you can see this. You can do this experiment at home. You take a hose pipe, take colored liquid, then only you will be able to see this. If it's transparent liquid like water, you cannot do this. Colored liquid, if you see now, in 1 second how much the colored liquid travels, you can easily see that, and you can measure that. So understood now? 1 second, 1 second or 1 unit time, from here to here the liquid has entered, has traveled from here to here. In 1 second, liquid has exited from here to here. Okay, is that clear? Exited outside also we can say. So what happens here? What is length by time? Velocity V1. A2, velocity V2, rho 2. Since liquids, only liquids I'm saying, liquids are incompressible. So liquids do not have pressure changing with distance. So rho 1 must be equal to rho 2. Then what happens? A1 V1 equal to A2. This is called as the equation of continuity. Based on this in IIT, so many questions have been asked. Every year some question has been asked. So it's a very important concept. This is called as what? Equation of continuity. Isn't it our everyday experience? Higher the area, lower the velocity. Lower the area, higher the velocity. Yes or no? So this is called as equation of continuity, and it is.
So why can't we just derive it using like the proportional symbols?
Oh, That has come out from this only, na? That proportion symbol has come out from this only. It is not just common sense.
Okay.
You are saying from answer will write the question. This has come out, that proportion symbol has come out from this equation. And this equation came out from law of conservation of mass. Understood?
Understood. Understood.
In CET, every year from this, many questions they are asking. In IIT JEE mains also questions are being asked. Okay. So A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. They generally give you velocity is doubled. Now tell me, velocity is doubled, for example. Then area should be what? Area should be half. Is it or not? Only then it's possible, no? If area is halved, only the velocity can be doubled. Yes or no? So is that understood by both of you?
Yes,
So
sir.
incompressible liquid scale only this will happen. Now for gases, what is the formula of equation of continuity for gases? A1 V1 rho 1. Understood? For gases, A1 V1 rho 1 is equal to A2 V2 rho 2. For real gases, that also. For real gases, this is the equation. Real gas. Not for ideal gas. For ideal gas again same as incompressible liquid. What is real gas? I hope both of you know. What is a real gas? That which doesn't obey PV is equal to nRT. Doesn't obey ideal gas equation. But it obeys a real gas equation. It obeys another equation. What is real gas equation? It doesn't obey directly the ideal gas equation. That's called a real gas. Real gases are all other gases except inert gases. Only inert gases are will obey the PV is equal to nRT. Okay. Is it understood by both of you? Right, almost we completed half this
Yes.
chapter. Half the chapter se zyada ho gaya, pata hai? Yeah. Next topic tomorrow. Now you don't have time, that's why I'm not going to continue. Otherwise, it's a very nice, interesting topic. Bernoulli's. Now you have chemistry class. So Bernoulli's is there. Bernoulli is law of conservation of energy. Okay, anyway, time is also finishing. So understood this? Any doubts? 2 minutes are there. Any doubts you can ask? Tomorrow we'll complete the syllabus chapter. Finish. Khatam. Any doubts, Janvi?
No, sir, no.
Any doubts? Shan?
No, sir. No, sir.